In this tutorial, I'll be demonstrating how you can create a 3D effect in Affinity and apply it to vector objects using a variety of QuickFX from the QuickFX menu. Now for this demonstration, I'll be applying the effect to a grouping of objects. So if I click on this object here, you can see that this is actually a group of two objects. If I expand this, you can see it consists of the letter A on the inside and the rectangle on the outside. What I'm going to demonstrate in this lesson can be applied to a group of objects, or it can be applied to an individual object. The choice is yours. But this will only work on vector objects. So if you're trying to apply this to a pixel-based image, this would not be the best workflow for that. So let's get started. I'm going to start by applying a quick effect to the entire grouping, and then I'm going to go in and apply some other quick effects to the individual elements. So I'm going to select the group at first, and I'll come over here to quick effects, and I'm going to apply the 3D quick effect by checking that box. I'm going to bring the radius up a bit and make sure I have the opacity up to 100%, and then I'm going to click on this gear icon right here to open the settings menu. Now from the settings menu, I'm first going to unlink the radius and the depth by clicking the chain icon, and I'm going to bring the depth all the way up. And then I'll come down here to diffuse, and I'll bring that down to about 75%. And I'll bring specular up to 100%. And this I'll bring down to about 75%. And the ambient, I'll bring that up a little bit. And for the light source direction, I'm going to take this knot and bring it over here to the top right. And now I'm going to add another light source on top of that. So I'm going to click the add button. And for light source number 2, I'm going to bring this down here to the bottom left, but up just a little bit so it doesn't completely block out the entire icon. So let me bring that up to about there. And I'm going to change the color of this light source to a very light shade of a lime green. Okay, so now we have the base effect applied. And I should mention, I'm going to make a duplicate of this. Let me bring this over here, and I'm just going to remove the effect from the original, just so we have something to compare it against. So this is what we started off with, and this is what we have now. So let's apply some more effects. I'm now going to apply another effect to the green rectangle. So let me come over here to the layers menu. I'm going to expand this, and I will select just the rectangle and come back over here to quick effects. And this time I'm going to choose Bevel emboss. Make sure the opacity is up to 100%. I'm going to bring the radius up to about there. And then I'm going to open the settings menu. And from the settings menu, I'm going to change the type to inner, and I'll bring this up even more, maybe about that far. And I'm going to take the direction and just change that a little bit. I'm going to put this right about there. And if you notice, as I move that around, it's changing the placement of the light source. So I'm just going to choose a spot that I think looks good. I think right about there is pretty good. And then I'll close out of that. And then finally, I'm going to apply a quick effect to the letter A logo on the inside. So let me come back over here to the layers menu. I'm going to select this object, come back over here to the quick effects, and for this one, I'm going to apply 3D once again. So let me open up my settings menu. And for this one, I'm going to bring that up to about there. I'm going to bring the specular all the way up as well. And the ambient, I'll change that a little bit. Maybe bring the shininess up. I'm doing everything to taste here, so the settings you will use for your object that you apply this to may be different from mine, so it just depends on what you're applying this to. And once you're happy with how it looks, you can close out of it. And you can see the difference in the before and after. We now have a 3D version of the logo, and we started off with a 2D version over here. If you found this lesson useful, be sure to check out my Affinity Masterclass. It's a collection of over 80 videos where we go over all of the tools and features in the Affinity app, and I explain what they are and demonstrate how they work. Kind of like how I did in this video. We even have a private community where you can ask questions, get help from me anytime you need it, and share your work to get feedback from the community. By the end of this course, you will have everything you need to become a master of the Affinity app. I'll have some information about that down below if you want to check that out. And as always, thanks for watching.